check in with senior reporter Megan Cloherty. She's read through that indictment. She does have more on the background of the case, and we should say this initially was being investigated in Chaffee County. The indictment is filed in Saguache County. So let's hear what Megan has to say.
In 2020, Suzanne Morphew was reported missing after going on a bike ride near Maysville, which is west of Salida in Chaffee County. So that's where the investigation began. But when her body was found in a remote area near Moffett, investigators there took the case. They started fresh and went through all of the evidence again before filing charges against her husband.
2 months into the pandemic, in May 2020, court documents show that Suzanne Morphew sent a text to her husband indicating she wanted to civilly end their relationship. Days later, May 10th, 2020, Morphew went for a bike ride on Mother's Day. It was the last time she was seen. Law enforcement found Morphew's bicycle down a steep ravine off Chaffee County Road 225 from Highway 50, but deputies said the bike didn't look like it had been involved in a crash, and no blood was found nearby. 12 days later, investigators were honing in on her husband, Barry Morphew, and along with the FBI and CBI, Chaffee County Sheriff's deputies scoured his job site near Salida. In a search of the Morphew home that month, law enforcement found a tranquilizer gun and accessories. Between June and October of 2020, law enforcement, friends, and family conducted multiple community searches and held vigils for Suzanne. Then, nearly 1 year after her disappearance, law enforcement arrested Barry Morphew, charging him with first-degree murder, tampering with a human body, and other offenses. But nearly a year later, just as Barry Morphew was set to go to trial, prosecutors dropped the charges against him after a judge barred them from presenting most of their key witnesses, citing their failure to follow rules and turn over evidence. That evidence included DNA from an unknown man linked to sex assault cases in other states. Last spring, Morphew's attorney requested the prosecution be investigated for misconduct, filing a complaint that accused them of withholding evidence. Morphew also filed a $15 million federal lawsuit, claiming his constitutional rights were violated. The suit is still pending. Then, in September of last year, investigators found human remains in remote central Colorado, more than 40 miles south of where Suzanne Morphew lived. 5 days after that, the CBI confirmed they were Morphew's remains.
Toxicology found the presence of specific chemicals in Suzanne Morphew's body that are also found in a deer tranquilizer that her husband had access to. The indictment found that Barry Morphew had access to BAM and had purchased a number of kits from the supplier. We have the indictment posted in the story if you'd like to read it for yourself. You can find it on our website, KOAA.com. Megan Cloherty, News 5.